I'll recognize Mr. Garbarino, the gentleman from New York, for the chairman of the Subcommittee on Cybersecurity, for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll remind my colleague that the only bill that's actually passed one of the houses that addressed the border crisis was the one we passed here, H.R. 2. Nothing actually passed the Senate. So, I mean, we have acted. The Senate has not. If they want to send us a bill, let them. They haven't been able to. Secretary, I want to ask a question about the nonprofit security grant program. Anti-Semitism is on the rise here, and this has been exacerbated by the horrendous acts of the terror in Israel on October 7th and the war that has followed. This program protects a lot of Americans. It has been essential for securing places of worship and providing safe places for Jewish Americans to practice their religion, as is their constitutional right. The current request is for fiscal year 2025, $385 million. Seeing what we've seen and knowing what you know, the risk on the ground, especially to these Jewish Americans, is $385 million enough?
Congressman, we make trade-offs under the Fiscal Responsibility Act, but we certainly believe that the Nonprofit Security Grant Program is in dire need of additional funding for precisely the reason you express. We are indeed in a heightened threat environment. Anti-Semitism and violence born of it continues to be on the rise, as do other violent acts born of hate.
So we think 385 is enough to protect the Americans at these facilities?
We believe it is a significant advance in the protection of our communities across the country.
Thank you. I want to move now to cyber workforce. GAO came out with a report which was kind of startling. CISA has, for the entire defense and action on OT, operational technology, for all of our critical infrastructure that CISA oversees, they have a response team, I think, of 11 people, 4 employees and 7 contractors. That is grossly under, that is definitely below the need of what we actually need. What is the current cyber workforce gap at the Department of Homeland Security right now?
Congressman, I'll have to get back to you on the specific number, but let me express my deep gratitude on the part of CISA and our department for your support of our cybersecurity mission and all that we are seeking to do.
I appreciate that, and I do think CISA does a great job, but when you see that they only have 11 employees that cover OT, they have a great use of the cyber talent management system, but we are repeatedly seeing cyber attack after cyber attack after cyber attack. And Americans are starting to ask me, what are we doing? And there is a workforce problem. There is a workforce shortage. 11 employees for just to oversee OT, that is not good. That is not good enough. I understand the request this year for CISA is just a little over $3 billion to fully fund the entire agency. There needs to be more focus, and I've spoken directly recently about this, but you oversee the agency. There needs to be more of a focus on cybersecurity. And I also have to say, I see that CISA just released its notice of proposed rulemaking for the CERCIA rule. The budget requests almost 116 million for its implementation, including staffing and technology. I have been a supporter of the CERCIA rule. I think it could do great things for our defense, cyber defense. But now when you have competing rules like the SEC legislation, which you yourself has said is duplicative, I don't know if there's a need for CERCIA anymore because nobody is stopping the SEC from doing what they're doing, and it's causing a huge problem. CISA should oversee this. It's under the Department of Homeland Security. I think I would like to see more from the agency, yourself included, by pushing back on these duplicative rules, the SEC rule, and others that are proposed. The current cyber reporting bill that the SEC put out is just one of, I think, 5 that the Chairman Gensler has proposed. There's actually a report out there that the bad actors are using the SEC rule as a way to hack more people. This is something that the administration is doing under the SEC. You have said it before, this rule is duplicative. I think you need to, we've been saying it's bad. I think you need to go back and tell the president that this rule has to stop. My time has expired.
The gentleman's time has expired, and I understand, Mr. Menendez, you want to go next.